Hello everyone, welcome to Soul Seekers Tarot and your reading. I'm Corey. In today's reading we're going to be looking at the question, what will become of the relationship or the project that you're currently working on, making it a success in the not so far future. So this project or relationship that you're trying to make it a success, to go well, what will become of it? This relationship or project, and what will become of it in the not so far future. Okay, so it's something you're currently working on. All right, and this is the tarot deck or oracle deck I'll be using. I'm going to pull 3 cards from this for the piles that you have to choose from, so please use your intuition, and if your intuition is difficult for you, I've got numbers or your zodiac sign to go with each of the piles for help you choose. Okay, so I hope you're all doing well and having a good weekend. Let's begin. Okay. Okay, pile 1 is Rider. Is number 1 card. It's usually about good news or fast incoming news, and it's the 9 of Cups energy with the Rider. So fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. So that's pile 1. Okay, for pile 2 we have Clover, which is number 2, and that's about partnering. You know, number 1 is a new beginning, number 2 is partnering. A union, whatever, but this is the 6 of Pentacles energy, Clover. So it's good luck. It's luck and more than just good luck. Okay, and pile number 3, we have card 34, which is 7, which is spiritual. This is Fish, and it's the King of Pentacles energy. So it's abundance, it's spiritual, with the story from the Bible, right? With the fish, you know, Jesus would not give the fishermen fish, he would teach them how to fish, so that they always knew how to make their lives abundantly full. Okay, in each one of the readings I will read the description from the book for this. Okay, so again, if it's not your intuition, maybe you need a number. Okay, so for pile 1 we got 4 and 6, so you can look at it as being 4 or 6 or 46 or 64 or 10 if you add the 2 together. Pile 2 we have 2 or 5, and that is 25 or 52, 2 or 5 or 7 if you add them. And then the last one is 1 and 3. We've got either 13, 31, 1 or 3, or added up to 4. So if you're interested in this pile, for example, because of the 4, it was drawn to you, that somehow resonates with you, you can also be interested in this pile because it adds up to 4. All right, let's go for zodiac sign. 4 for that pile. 4 for pile 2. And now 4 for pile 3. Okay, so pile 1 is, this is Libra and Pisces. The last 2 is Sagittarius and Aries. Pile 2, we have Capricorn and Leo. And we have Cancer and Taurus. Okay, pile 3, we have Aquarius and Virgo. And then we have Scorpio and Gemini. All right, so that's what I got for you guys. Take your time and I'll be back with you shortly. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You've chosen this card, number 1, with Rider. It's all about news, and remember I said that I would read the description. So it's got the 9 of Hearts in it, which is like the 9 of Cups for the tarot, which is about fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, overindulgent, if it's in the reverse, but I don't think it's like that. So what will become of the project or the relationship that you're currently working on making it a success in the not so far future? Yeah, great. So if you didn't choose your card through your intuition, you might have resonated with the number. We have 4, 6. So 46, 64, or if you add them together, it's 10. Okay, and if not the number, it was the zodiac sign. We have Libra and Pisces with Sagittarius and Aries. Okay guys, let's hit it. I'll read the description after I get the rest of the cards out. So Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, can you please give us a major arcana to get us started here? Thank you. We have Temperance. Beautiful. Okay, so there's healing, balance, and healing, balance, and shoot, I got something else on my mind, and it's tripping me up. Sorry about that. So, healing, balance, and just peace. That's what I'm trying to say. Peace. My cat's meowing in the background. That's really distracting. Okay, he's just happy. I just fed him, so you know he'll do that for a little bit and then he'll settle right down. All right. You know, when he gets food in him, he gets really happy and he goes around and sings sings a song of happiness and joy. Okay, let's find out. Let's get clarification for Temperance. We have the 4 of Swords. Well, that's another peaceful energy. It's about getting your mind still. It's putting down the swords, right? Thoughts that have been plaguing you, possibly, because the 3 of Swords is before that. The 5 of Swords is after that. So you need to get yourself into a balanced energy, you know, a nice equilibrium kind of thing, so that you can deal with the 5 of Swords coming up. Okay, so healing, peace, and balance is what Temperance is. That the angels are with you. They're encouraging you to let your thoughts go, concerns or worries or just rumination, thinking about things over and over again, about what will, what could, what if, that kind of thing. Your relationship or a project. It's about letting yourself get your mind still so that you can you know, hear the inspiration coming to you at all times. Inspiration comes to us at all times. And we're talking about news, right? Here. So let's find out what the news is. You know, when we pull some more cards. So Rider is card of promotion, news, communication, flirting, and dating. Personal meanings, reaching a new level, advancing protracted cases. Okay, so moving things ahead, in other words, fancy way of saying it. Advancing protracted cases, things that haven't been moving. Okay, meanings in love is meeting new people, flirting, having a good time, and dating. Meanings in the field of finance is promotion, offer of a new job, new source of income. So it's all very positive. It's progress moving forward. Whether it's a personal thing for you, reaching a new level, moving things along, or in love, it's meeting new people and flirting and having a good time and dating. And finance, it's promotion, an offer of a new job, new source of income. It's all good. Card of promotion, news and communication, flirting and dating. That sums it up. Okay. Wonderful. Let's get this is a rune. This is a rune. What does the rune want to tell us? This one? Okay. The T-Wise rune. As you can see, it's a ship. The T-Wise is... I'm trying to spend more time with runes so that it comes to me more quickly, like the Lenormand does. Let's find out what the T-Wise rune is. And I'll read and I'll go, oh yes, that's what it is. It's an arrow or the god of lightning. An arrow or the god of lightning. Time to fight and achieve the goal. Concentration of forces. Maximum power. Small sacrifices for a big goal. Time to rest and prepare for the next stages in life. Interesting, because this is the resting card, these two here. So it's time for rest right now to prepare for the next stages in life. So whatever it is that you're currently working on, it's kind of like telling you that although there is much ado about this, you know, much information coming through about this, you know that there's lots to do. I'm feeling this is more like about a project than it is about a relationship, but it could be. It's whatever it works for you. But with a project, you know there's a lot of things that need to be done yet before you get there, or before you even actually, you know, it's like you're in preparation phase, or you're preparing to, and that's you still being currently working on it. You're still, even if you're just in preparation stage, you're still currently working on it because you're preparing for it. If it's an emotional preparation, a mind state preparation, or an actual doing stuff, physically doing stuff, getting the right people in the right, or getting the right people on board to help you out when the time comes, getting the right resources or supplies or whatever it is that you need, that you know where you can source it from, where you can get it from when you're ready to start the ball rolling. So this is all about excuse me, it's all about time to, you know, fight and achieve the goal, but it's concentration of your forces, maximizing your power. It's small sacrifices for a goal, but it's time to rest and prepare for that right now. You will be moving forward, making you know, you will be making tracks soon enough, making tracks, you know, moving along. Okay, so you probably know this already, that there is something that you're going to be engaging in, doing something of some kind of project or a personal goal of your own, or maybe you're moving, you know, and it's just something that you're currently getting yourself prepared for it, kind of thinking about all the things that you have to do in order for you to make the projects start off on a good foot, the move, if you're moving, to get the move going as smoothly and expeditedly as possible, and anything else, you know, that is something that's on your radar, on your plate, in your bucket list, whatever, on your bucket list, in your bucket, but on your list. Yes. Let's find out. Word magic. Number 8. That's abundance. Word magic. That's a beautiful card. Let me read that one. Word magic. Where's the deck? Oh, here it is. Okay. Word magic is number 8. Uh-oh, this is not going to be numerically, is it? No. It's got a triangle on it. Okay, so that's where we're going. Word magic. In the old traditions of Europe, words had power. The right words spoken in the right place at the right time, and sometimes while adopting a particular stance, could quite literally change the world. They could make it or unmake it. They could topple kings or conjure up winds. A plant wouldn't heal you unless words were spoken over it. Words spoken in the language of a place, words with which both named and reflected the deeper stories of elements of the landscape, opened you up to their mystery and bound you to the land. Addressing a crow, offering a praise poem to a tree. Such conversations and poems and songs were natural ways of interacting with the animate and expressive eloquence of the world around us. In fairy tales, words have power too, especially when they're used to name. There are many fairy tale heroines who defeat a villain by learning their true name. Yeah, if you watch those, it right away brings to mind, you know, those devil shows, you know, the exorcism. They want to know what the evil entity's name is, because then that's the way of banishing it. So in Rumpelstiltskin, a little man ensnares a young girl into a magical contract she later regrets. It's only when she learns and then speaks his name that she's able to break the contract and keep the firstborn child that he would have taken from her. In other tales, little rhymes or chants spoken at just the right time can reveal the truth of a story, and so similarly save the day. What words have power for you now, and how can you use them? What is it that you need to speak out loud? So if it's something that is a project or a movement forward of some kind that you're wanting to get off the ground and to actually make it happen, you might be a little concerned that it's not going to happen, or there'll be a lot of obstacles and challenges. It's important to have that positive self-talk as opposed to negative self-talk. Like even starting off with, I wish I could start actually making the physical movements to start the project now, or start the move now. That could be seen, you know, in the energy of, in the light of energy vibration. That could be seen as being contracted energy, because it's something that you feel lack. It's like lacking the ability to make that move now, to start that project now. Might be in a mindset that this is what I want to do, but I gotta wait. For some reason I have to wait. And it may be that you have to wait because you have to get some certain things in order, like documents, for example. If you're doing something that requires you to have to apply for something like a loan possibly, or to get a visa or a passport first before you can, you know, go on a vacation or move or whatever it is you're doing. That's all a process, you know, governmental process that is a lot of red tape and some hoops that you have to jump through too, especially when it comes to visas and passports. It's possible that you have to get a doctor's signature. You might have to get certain inoculations done to show a list of what you've had, and an actual you know, physical exam, you know, that the doctor does takes everything into consideration, looks at your blood as well as your urine and anything else. So it's just like there's possibly just a lot of little nitty-gritty things that are kind of pesky and frustrating for you, because although it's a necessary part of it, it is something that you feel like is just delays. It's causing a delay. If you want to move somewhere, it's the same idea. If maybe you can't move just yet until you're ready to retire, or until the house sells. Maybe it's on the market, it's just not selling. I've run into that where we moved from Canada to the United States. Our house wasn't selling. It wasn't until I actually moved. A month later, the house was sold. Can't figure that one out, right? And it was 7 months on the market, wasn't selling. But as soon as we finally said that we're just going to move anyways. So we moved, and next you know, the house sells. Okay, so it's stuff like that, but it has to do with divine timing. It has to do with perfect timing. Now, how else can you explain the house selling after we tried to sell it for 7 months prior to that? So anyways, it's stuff like that, and it's positive self-talk as opposed to feeling frustrated, annoyed, impatient, and lacking in some way. That could be the vibration you're putting out that is causing the actual delay in it. And the delay, it simply can be something like, guys, you're actually applying for something. If you were to just put it out there that everything's going to be okay, even if it doesn't work out with this one, we'll get it to work out with something else. That kind of thing is like applying for a loan or whatever. You apply for it, you submit it, and you let it go. You open up your hands and say, okay, I've done it, so now I'm just open to receive, but I'm going to go on to the next thing. I'm going to go on to the next thing I have to do, even if it's focusing on whatever is going on in your life right now that has nothing to do with the move. So it's just getting on with your life, knowing that it's all in the right hands, you know, the hands of the divine. It's in the right hands, and it'll all work out. You're just basically now waiting to hear the word, and it's not like you're sitting by the phone waiting for the phone to ring or waiting for the kettle to boil. You know, it's not that kind of waiting. You just you've done all you can do, and so it's like it's out of your hands now. You just wait. You wait, and whenever it's the right time, when you do it that way, when you let go of it, then what you may or may not realize is that the process will go a lot smoother, a lot faster. And then if you are waiting and you are actually sitting by the phone or waiting for the tea kettle, the pot to boil, you're actually putting up walls and pushing it away with that energy of lack, of feeling frustrated, maybe even angry. Okay, so it's just something that you have to keep in mind. So you want to make sure that you do that too. It is it's a lot to do with our self-talk, how we're talking about the situation. And there was something else I was going to say about that, but I went along far enough now that I've forgotten what it is. It might just come back. But in any case, guys, that's what we're looking at here, is that you speak the right words. The word magic. This is 8 with the abundance. Word magic. You say the right words. Now I remember what it was. It was when and I've said this before, I'm not sure if I said it during my Soul Seekers Tarot pick-a-card readings, in a pile or two or whatever I mentioned it, or during the zodiac sign readings that I do in the Collective Soul Tarot. But that's my other channel. But it is what I had a dream, I heard in my voice. Now, if I can get this right, to manifest, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it said to manifest successfully, basically, to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest in your life, your dreams, your goals, whatever. It is you are to speak to it, and what wasn't said, but what I understood, because that's how I get information, is that I might hear some words and then I kind of like fill in the blanks with this knowingness of what that message actually was saying completely. So you are to speak to it, and then in parentheses, which is what the part was that wasn't said, but I understood, was just it said without saying it, like as though you already have it, right? Speak to it as though you already have it. And I said something like, during one of my other readings, when I was mentioning this, I said, you know, maybe I want to have $10,000 in my bank account by the end of this year. And it's me like looking at, let's just say these are piles of money, right? Piles of money, bandit money. And I'm going to see them, and they're going to be all piled up like this on top of each other, right? I'm just getting my other books out here, that kind of thing. I'm looking at this pile. This is a bigger one, looks more like money. I'm looking at this pile and I go, oh, don't you look so good right there? Oh, you're so pretty. You're just so pretty. I just love looking at $10,000. You just like, $10,000 is like amazing. You are so amazing. I mean, it just like, you will fit very, very nicely into my bank account. You will fit, it'd be a perfect match. You and my bank account are going to be a perfect match. I just love the idea of $10,000, and I'm actually going to sniff you now. Oh, $10,000, you smell so, so grand. You smell eloquent. You smell like abundant. You smell fruitful. You're just a beautiful bunch of money. I love you. I love you so much. And thank you so much for being in my life. I just adore the fact that you want to take part of my life. Stuff like that, right? It may seem silly, but that's what the message was about, is to speak to it as though it was, truly your reality already. Okay, I was just looking to make sure I didn't get them upside down. Okay, so that's what I meant by that, is that your word magic, which is this card, and that's what it reminded me of right away when I was reading this, is that about that message I got in my dreams that one night. Okay, and so I wanted to pass that along to you. So information's coming in fast, or just that you have information that you need to organize quickly. You know, it's like a lot of it. It's not so much that it's quick, it's just that there's a lot of it, a lot of information. So that imagine if information was coming in quickly, you would have a lot of words, right? You'd have a lot of words coming at you at one time with all this information coming in at the same time very quickly. So it's just a lot. It could be a lot of things, little things, and maybe some big things, but there's definitely a lot of things that you definitely have to keep in mind and get organized. Maybe even make a list of what you can do first, what you can do now, what you can do in the next month or two when you're getting closer to when it's time to start the project or start making the move, and you know, so forth and so on. Making a list so that you are not disorganized when the time comes to take action. And stay open to receiving the inspiration of ideas that will come to you, that's going to tell you, oh, did you know, maybe you could call this person, or did I already apply for that, or I could probably apply for that right now. And it might have been something you might have not even thought about later on down the road, which could, if you waited too long to apply for something, that could then end up delaying your project even further. So the divine's going to want to keep you on track. So you have to stay open-minded, so that you silently, during times of the day, at least a few minutes a day, to just quiet your mind, where you're going to be in a space where no one can bother you. Your phone's off, not off, but you know, silent, and nobody, no kids, nothing, pets are not going to be bothering you. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now that is a person that does stuff. This is an action taker. Yes, the Queen of Wands is too, but the Queen of Pentacles is thought of as a hard worker. So she's actually doing something. If you're seen as a hard worker, you're actually doing something. But you're resourceful as well. Not only respectable, but you're determined and committed. You're reliable. You have such grounded qualities. You know, you are on the ground, making things happen. You're not up in the air, you know, flighty-whitey kind of thing where you just fantasize about stuff. You could be doing that, but you're more prone to actually take action. So it's about you being organized and ready to take action when the time is right. And you're probably taking action. It could be just the smallest of things. Like, for example, if you're moving, you might be like just very slowly collecting boxes or packaging stuff, you know, or even starting to pack up stuff around the house that you never ever use, but you want it needs to be ready, it needs to be packed to go. Stuff like that, right? And death, because you want to be ready for the time when the time comes that the divine says, because this is a major arcana card that's divine and written all over it. It's time to put an end to what was before so that you can move on and transition into something really, really good for you. Better or good? Really good. Gooder. Better or gooder? The King of Cups. Okay, well, who's the King of Cups? Do you have a partner in crime with you? The King of Cups? Let's see, we'll have to figure that one out. So I just don't get the sense that it's you. Okay. Oh, we got the King of Wands. Oh my goodness. Well, these two guys right here, one could be helping you if it's not your partner, you know, in your project. Could be your partners in your project. Both of these energies here. Okay, if you're in a project, what's a group project or something like that, right? That you might be the one who is in charge of the project, okay, with the Queen of Pentacles energy. But the King of Cups could be your partner, you know, romantic, or someone a roommate, flatmate, whatever. Yeah, someone you live with or are going to live with. All right. And the King of Wands is the one that you're going to be hiring to help you, or someone who is actually going to be part of, not necessarily part of the project, but somebody who is a key player in making things happen. Knight of Wands. Wow. Knight of Wands. Whew. And then the Five of Pentacles. There's looking at, you know, you standing there daydreaming possibly a little bit. You being so grounded. You just want to get started. You want to get moving on it. Pardon me. You want to get moving on it, and it's kind of like it's making you feel out of sorts, because when you get an idea, Queen of Pentacles, it's kind of, you know, the Queen of Pentacles has great ideas on how to manifest great fortune and abundance, prosperity, right? Ideas, mental state. So when you have, like, you got all these ideas, or all these things you know you got to do, all these ideas, all these errands, all these tasks, whatever it is, and you're looking at it and you're going, oh my God, I got all this stuff to do yet, but I can't do any of it. So you're feeling a little out of sorts, like looking to the inside from outside, right? Feeling a little out of sorts, that you can't start putting, you know, laying tracks, you know, putting things in motion that are quantifiably significant enough that actually sees you achieving the whatever it is that you're trying to achieve through the project, or by achieving, getting closer to, you're actually in the vehicle moving your belongings to wherever it is you're going. The Hermit. Guiding light, because you need some reassurance that everything is going to be okay. Yes, because this is not this to be a success in the not so far future. So what will become of the project or relationship in the success in the not so far future? So you are trying to find reassurance that things are going to be okay. Eight of Pentacles, but you know, you're going to be laying the groundwork. You're going to be doing the work. Queen of Pentacles, that's your energy. Nine of Pentacles, and you may end up having to do quite a bit of it on your own. But you know what? You're up for it. You're up for the task. You're somebody, if it's a group project or just a project somewhere where you're working with someone else, maybe the King of Cups, that you are definitely the one in charge, right? The one in charge, the one who is committed to the project in every way. Now, if this is the move, it's definitely, you might be, you know, moving with your honey somewheres, wherever it is that you want to go. But you're going to be the one probably doing most of the foot traffic, like the getting things, getting the supplies, getting the resources together, getting, you know, the new house or the apartment that you're renting in the new place, getting that all organized with the utilities to be hooked up at a certain time, so that when you show up, you're not without utilities. You know, just getting everything organized and actually starting to pack things. You're going to be the one that's going to be really putting a lot of yourself into it. That the other one won't be as much of the you know, the nitty-gritty work, right? Hard work. But they will be working. They might be the one hauling all the furniture into the truck. And they got the Two of Cups here. All right, something that you're going to, it's something that you're working on with. This could be the relationship, romantic relationship, but it's something that you're working on that is going to be a celebration of something achieved together. Ace of Wands, that is a significant new beginning of a lot of, you know, desirable inspiration, motivation, feeling like gung-ho, you know, like just feeling like you just, you're in the right place at the right time, you're achieving this, you're successful, this kind of stuff, and you're just feeling really, really like motivated to enjoy the new results, or the results of the project or the move itself, wherever you're going to. The Two of Wands, Yeah, standing at crossroads. Standing at a crossroads. Why are you standing at a crossroads? The King of Swords. Oh my goodness, you got 3 kings here. King of Swords, the Magician, the Hangman, and Justice. 7 of Wands and 4 of Swords again. Page of Pentacles. I don't think I'll need it, but we'll just put it there on the peripheral. So, King of Swords, Magician. You got a lot of masculine energy around you. Doesn't mean it's men. Could be women in their masculine energy that you're working with. You're in a project. You're going to be working with people who are being motivated to do stuff, right? For a cause, for a reason. And hopefully it's people who really want to be doing it that you're working with, which it probably is. But I think what I want to do is get some clarification for first the King of Cups and then the King of Swords. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, please give me some information about the King of Cups energy. How does this relate to pile 1, the Queen of Pentacles? How does this relate to the Queen of Pentacles? King of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Well, that tells me this is you. Yes, that tells me this is you. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, it tells us this is you. It's the Queen of Pentacles. So you're in the King of Cups energy. I didn't feel like that was you. But it's what it is that it's like you're in the energy, Queen of Pentacles. You're a doer, you know, hard worker, and you know, you've got great ideas and people come to you for advice and all this sort of stuff. You're prosperous and abundant, but you're also deeply in love with whatever it is that you're working on, making it a success. So the project, it's your baby. It's your baby. Something that either you thought up of or you just like right on board with it. You're just like, yeah, let's do that. I think that would be a great idea. I think the world needs this or whatever, right? You're just totally on it. And so you might be the one in charge of it because you're just so motivated and inspired to do it. And if it's the move, it's like, it could be that this is your partner still, the King of Cups, you and the King of Cups, but it's more like, I think you're feeling, you're in love with the idea of wherever it is you're moving to. You're in love with the idea of uprooting and leaving this place where you're at and going somewhere new and exciting for you, to you, okay? And this could be then your partner who's going to be the one carrying all the furniture. So it could be, right? Anyways, I didn't feel like this was you, and I didn't feel like this was you, but this apparently is you, or at least very much, you know, the two of you are definitely like the Two of Cups here. You're partnered together. All right? That's definitely you and your person if it's not you, your energy. But I guess it's, and what I'm thinking, it's your energy, but it could also be like a double meaning where it's also your partner as well. Because you're both in love with the idea, with the project or the moving. Yeah. Okay, and I want to find out who the King of Swords is. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for that. Holy Spirit, please give me some clarification for the King of Swords. How does the King of Swords energy fit into this reading with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups energy? Thank you. They're a magician of some sort. The Hierophant. Okay, the tradition. Okay, well, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Okay. So this is like the document person, like the lawyer or the person of authority, the one that has the power to say yay or nay, or has the power to help assist you in some way, maybe financially, you know, with a loan, stuff like that. But this is somebody that you go to that is going to help you with the resources for you to do that. Or like if it's like for the move, you might need to sell your house, and so you've got somebody who you're going to get on board, like a real estate lawyer or agent, and the titles lawyer, you know, the one that you have to go to in order to sell your house, and you meet up with the buyer and with the lawyer. Yeah, so the closing lawyer, right? And any other documents, because the Hierophant card, any other documents or applications or anything like that you have to work with somebody to get that taken care of, so that you have all the resources. You see the Magician, you have everything in place to be sacrificed. Oh my goodness. The Hangman. Yeah, you got all the resources to just be hung out, you know, to be delayed, right? See it? Okay, we're getting clarification for that when the time comes. All right? All right. It might just come just as I go through this. So yes, anyways, we got you, the Queen of Pentacles. You know, I already said all that. The Divines come in and says it's time. It'll be time for you to put an end to something so that your life will transform. It'll move along in a way that is going to be, you're going to see changes, and it's going to be good changes. You are going to love it. You're deeply in love with it. You're moved by this project or this moving or whatever your situation is that you're, you know, that you're working on, making it a success. And it's with the person that you're going to be working on the project with closely. Or it's you and your mate, okay? When you're in love with, that you're moving with, or working on the project with, whatever. But there'll be somebody else that you will have on board as well, who is going to be an inspirational force, energy, but also an action taker energy in your project. And if it's somebody who is action taker, it'd be like the mover. When you're moving somewhere, it'd be like the mover. You're hiring somebody to help you make the move. Somebody who's going to be able to help you go from point A to point B. With the Knight of Wands, it's like, woo, we are off and running. We are having a good time. This is about a good time. It could seem like it's a bit of a red flag because it's all like, you don't know how this is going to go. Right now, that's the question. How is this going to work out? What will become of the project or the relationship I'm currently working on making it a success in the not so far future? So will it be a success in the not so far future? And you're trying to carry things along, moving things along as quickly as you possibly can, because when you're excited, you just want to do things, right? You just want to do things. But you're sitting here going, oh my God, I got all this stuff going on. I feel a little bit maybe overwhelmed, a little frustrated, because you can't really do too much just yet, because there's the time for that, and there's a time for not doing it. Time for moving and a time for not progressing. And you're just all fired up, want to do this, and that's a bit of a red flag for you, because it's like you're going to just run into a wall because it's not time yet. It's going to frustrate you. It's not time yet. It's just not time. But you know, you're just this card is just like, it blows my mind, because it's like this bunny looks like, in the horse, they look like they're off to the races. They are like so eager to get on the track and make those tracks. They're so eager to run the track. And it's kind of like, it's kind of like you having the dream, and you're having just like the itch. You want to have it, but then it's like, dang, I can't have it. So it's like the stop sign, like the stop sign or the wall you run into right here. It's like, I want to go, stop holding me back. I want to go. Bam, right into the wall. Yeah. So that is saying, like, look, the Divine is saying, just make sure you check in as to what you're feeling and getting through your time spent in quietness. because that's your fastest way forward, is by stilling yourself, which is the weirdest thing. But it's the fastest way forward is by stilling yourself, searching for the next light, the next green light, right? The next green light. You're searching whether or not this is going to be a success for you. And so you want to make sure that you're always like tuned in, tapped in, and turned on, as I always say, into into spirit, into the divinity that knows everything already that you don't know anything about. And so if there's anyone ever to listen to besides yourself, is the divine, which is yourself, right? Because the divine knows all of it, knows where everybody is and where all the resources are, and how, and when's the right time to ask for it, and you know, this kind of stuff, right? That, because it's going to be a time where you're going to start working very, 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 very hard. You're going to be in charge and doing a lot of it yourself, but it's going to be doing it with someone that, you know, the two of you are in love with this project, the two of you are in love with this this move, you know, that you really both are on the same track, you're on the same page about it. All right, the Ace of Wands, feeling all fired up, truly motivated, wanting it all to go as smoothly as possible, looking forward to the outcome of the project, what it's all for, looking forward to the actual, like, getting there to your new place where you're living, or wherever it is that you put out, why you're going somewheres, whatever your purpose is for there. You're looking forward to that, feeling all inspired. And if there's anything here, I see this as somebody who's looking at the vista and seeing the potentials, right? Seeing the opportunities, the potentials, the beautiful vista, freedom that is like the direction. It'll be a time to make a choice, to go a direction. This is where you've been. This is the direction you're going to choose to go, and all the potential that comes from making that decision to move forward. But right now, this is all right here. You're going to start working hard towards getting the project off the ground now, okay? But, you know, the project is only like the mechanism, the working, the wheels, the you know, the gears and all that stuff, this working. The project is that. It's the outcome of the project. It's what it produces. It's what it manifests. That is what's going to happen, that you're looking forward to right here. Just like the move with you getting, you as the Queen of Pentacles, getting the house or the apartment, you know, locked in at the other place where you're moving to. The utilities will be turned on a certain date, and you got all that applied for and stuff like that, and paid for, deposits and whatever. And you know it's going to be such and such a date that you're going to be in that area, that's the actual move date. But you also have whatever it is you need to do here, sell your house, start packing, getting the packaging, the resources, the boxes, everything, the movers, starting to call all the utilities and say you're going to need to be disconnected on such and such a date. You got the closing date to go when you're selling your house. You know, there's just so much to do. You know it here, but you can't do a lot of it here. Just a little tiny nitty gritty stuff, maybe put in some applications for something. But there's going to be a lot more work coming along pretty quickly that you're going to have to, look at, it's all lying around your feet here, that you're going to be in charge of, making sure you can make it as fun, you know, as motivating as possible, smooth as possible, because the two of you, you know, you got your dreams, your big dreams, you and your project person, you and your romantic person got big dreams of being together with all the potential on as the project comes to a close, or it starts producing the outcome, or you know, you're actually there wherever it is that you are. You're there, and it's like, look at the potential of this, where we're living now. how many more things we can explore and discover and do and not do and all this sort of stuff, right? But you're going to have this, you're going to have somebody on board with you who's got authority. Maybe it's the person at the new place where you're having to buy land or a house or get an apartment rented, whatever, that is going to lead you through that process. And by leaving whatever it is you're leaving here, if it's a project, it's going to be somebody that you're going to possibly have to hire an accountant or a project manager. If you're not the project manager, you might want a project manager. You may be the overseer, but you might need a project manager, somebody who knows what they're doing when it comes to working a project like this. But you're going to be having all the tools and resources that you need. But guess what's happening here? Delay. Because it's possible that you need to see something a little differently yet. Up to this point, you've got things going on. Things are in motion, is what I'm saying. Things are in motion, but it's like that urge. You're like being put out to dry right now. It's like it's a stalemate. You're suddenly. I think what it's saying is that there's going to be a delay. And it's inconceivable, and right now you're getting the warning that there's going to be a delay. So what will become of the project? There's going to be some kind of delay. It could be to do with manufacturing something. It could be doing something to do with the movers. It could be just anything. I don't know what it could be, but it is like you're going to have to sacrifice your progress forward for a little bit because something's going to be delayed. But it's perfect. It's what this project or this process you're in with this project or relationship, it's what is needed. It's just. Things need to come into balance. Things need to be done. I's need to be dotted. I's need to be dotted and T's need to be. God, what did I just say? I's need to be dotted and T's need to be crossed. Okay, yes. So it's it's just that there's something maybe, like for example, you're at the new place or you're not there yet, but you're going to be talking to the person who's at the other end. And they're going to tell you, well, I don't know if you knew this already, but the deed isn't cleared from the previous owner just yet. What? I thought that was already, the blah, blah, blah. And you're going to say, well, how soon is, how much time are we talking about here? Oh, don't worry about it. It'll be about another week or 10 days. Another week or 10 days. Yeah. So now you got to kind of backtrack a bit, maybe call your movers and tell them that you're not going to need them or you're going to just move anyways and line up, a place to store, a storage unit and a hotel or motel or something like that where you can stay while you're waiting that 7 to 10 days for the deed to be cleared. Something like, just it's going to be like, what? Oh no, what? Oh no. But it's going to be what needs to be done, legally possibly needs to be done. So everything's in balance, so everything is what it needs to be in order for y'all to take possession of the new place, or something's going on with the place that you're trying to sell. A curveball is thrown there with maybe the buyers are not denied, but their funds being released gets delayed for some reason. Maybe they accidentally. Well, when you're in the buying process, you don't put anything new on your credit cards. Nothing big. Like, you're not going to buy anything big, like a refrigerator or a car, or just rack up your, I don't know, put a bunch of money down. You use a lot of your credit up on your credit cards. You don't want to do that because that, and closing day, the bank's going to see that, because they will, and they're going to say, now we got to rework all the numbers because our buyer has less credit than they had before when they first applied. And it could end up being, it might just fall right through depending on how big of a debt this credit card becomes, because there's that percentage rate, right? 60-40 or whatever. I don't know what it is. It's a living, you know, your debt to ratio, whatever. So just something like that, be prepared. So what we're talking about here is what will become of the relationship, the project that you're currently working on making it a success, trying to make it a success in the not so far future. In the not so far future, we're looking at a little bit of a delay, but then things are going to move forward. You're going to realize whatever it is that you're working towards. It's going to go well for you. It's all like really good energy here. Really, really good energy here. You got the magician's energy. You know, someone's going to be able to help you because they're going to make it all come together for you. They're going to be in that place where they're in a position where they can really truly help you out, get the wheels unclogged, so to speak, so they start turning again and going the direction you want to go. But you just have to, you know, sit back a little bit, have a calm demeanor, be patient, having that perspective that everything's happening exactly the way it needs to happen with the Justice card. It's all going to be just for you. You just have to, you know, just go with the flow, and always, you know, if you're going to be shocked by this coming up, remember this card. Remember this. Say, oh yeah, that's that clog, that's that wheel that got a clog in it, you know? And so now we're just being asked to just accept what's happened and be patient, because it's all going to work out, you know, in the wash. It's all going to work out. We're going to be going, yay! I've done it with the Seven of Wands, right? I got to be, yay! I've done it. I climbed the mountain, and I am a winner up here on top. All these things that might have gotten my way before, I have surpassed them. We're on our way to achieving success. Okay? I hope that was helpful. Have fun with this. Bye for now. Hey, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen card number 2, Clover. Lucky Clover. 6 of Pentacles is the energy here. So that's equal give and take. That's fairness. That's balance. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right. So we've got clover, 4-leaf clover, which is a rare find, right? It's usually in a clover field, you usually see 3-leaf clovers. So this is good. That's good sign right there for what will become of the project or the relationship that you're currently working on, making it a success in the not so far future. So if you didn't use your intuition to choose pile 2, you might have used with the card, you might have chosen with the number 2 or 5, 25, 52, or added 7. Something resonated with you. If not that, it was your zodiac sign. We have Cancer, Leo, Taurus, and Capricorn. Okay, I'll read the meaning of the Clover card in a moment. Let's get the rest of the cards out here first. Okay, Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, will you please help us further this reading by pulling out a major arcana or 2. Okay, 2, Milky Way and the Lizard. So we've got the Star and the Fool. Ooh, that's a wish fulfilled. That's already fulfilled. Is it major arcana? Is like the divine energy, big energy. It's major event, major something. So something has already been fulfilled for you, your wish, and it's, you know, you're off to a good start of taking a leap of faith and just doing it. All right, let's see here. How am I going to do this? Just like that. I think I'll just do that. Using both. So let's get a card of clarification for both of those. Just one, if that's what is needed. Archangel Michael. Temperance. Wonderful. Healing, balance, and peace. Yes. Works nicely with both the Star and the Fool card energies. So things are, you know, you are possibly coasting along right now, you know, where you haven't started something. But if not, it's going to be, it's another major arcana, right? It's a divinely inspired or divinely, it's in the cards. You know, it's your destiny. It's your destiny. Yeah, you're going to be at peace, happy, feeling good, content, happy, healed. Okay, let's get a rune. Dagaz rune. Not Dagaz. Maybe I keep saying that. Dagaz rune. Number 23, it's change. Dagaz, is that dog? I can't ever remember. Dagaz, let's find out what Dagaz is. Day. I think it's day. Day. I think it's like daylight or something like that. Which is good. Change. Dagaz. Okay. Daylight. Yeah. Sudden changes for the better. Gaining happiness. Understanding the events around you. Yeah. Wow. There's no upside down version of it. It's all upright. It's all positive. No negative version of it. So it's like sudden change for the better. Gaining happiness. That happiness and peace right here. Star. I mean, it's a wish that's going to be fulfilled. So we already know what the outcome is. We already do of what will become of the project or the relationship I'm working on, making it a success in the not so far future. So we already know what that is. Well, now we're just getting more information about it, which is wonderful. So understanding the events around you. Yeah. So you're not confused. You are like, you know exactly what to do. And I'm going to read that in a moment. Okay. I just keep it there to remind myself. I just see a card upside down. I think I did. Well, this is the card, Chamber of Power. I gotta read that one now. Chamber of Power. Where's the book? Here it is. It's in the triangles. Chamber of Power. Here it is. Let's see. It says Chamber of Power is an invitation to cultivate your inner strength. Confidence and trust in yourself, to believe that you have a right to be here, to occupy your life, to invite your sacred soul to come all the way in. Yes, you're here for a reason and your body is your sacred vehicle. Choose to occupy and cultivate your sacred power. You were born with it and it's yours to own. So we're all very powerful if we but allow ourselves to become intimately get intimately aligned with, get to know, right? Intimately get to know your inner self, your true self, your soul. That's the power within you. Within you, you have everything you need to do whatever you're called to do. So you're like the magician. You have everything you need, you have everything you need to do whatever you're called to do. You're the magician with that power. We put it into action when we actually pay attention to it. Yeah, we believe in it and pay attention to it. You hold the keys to your inner power. There's nothing you need to be other than who you already are. Yeah. Imagine what a soul is like. What is a soul? It's made of love, right? What is a soul if with a physical body? What if you were to be able to allow your soul to take free reign of all your thoughts and your feelings, cultivate, action and behaviors through loving thoughts and feelings, imagine what kind of person you would be, seen as by others. You'd be experienced as. because all your thoughts and all your feelings are loving, because that's what the soul is. Loving and positive, and I'm so powerful, you know, like confident. I'm powerful, I can do anything. Imagine if you were to allow your soul to infiltrate completely all your thoughts and your feelings. What kind of human being would you be? And what kind of things would you be accomplishing in your life? So often we learn to dim our light or water down our power in order to accommodate others or to fit in. But you didn't come here to fit in. No person did. So no matter what body is yours or what gifts you possess, no person is more worthy of power than you. And you're no more worthy of power than any other. Power isn't a finite resource. We can stand tall together. For too long, we've learned to turn against each other, to compete, shrink, to contract, or conquer others. We put others on a pedestal or attempt to stand higher than them in order to own our strength and inner gifts. You hold the keys to your inner power, and you can open that door deep within you right now. If you were feeling empowered, what would you say or do? That's just what I just finished saying, isn't it? If you imagine if your soul, if you allowed, and it's your mind, right, that you have to allow. Your mind is what allows, okay? If you were to allow your soul to ignite every thought of yours that your mind makes, because that's what mind does, it creates thoughts, it thinks. If you were to do that, and for it to have that power over every thought and every emotional feeling, which is love, the soul is, what kind of person would you be? How truly powerful you would be. If you were feeling empowered, what would you say or do? You'd be like, okay, what's next? What can I do now? Because, you know, I'm just like, I'm on a roll. I'm powerful. I can do anything, even if it seems like I'm failing something. It's always a win anyways. It's always a win. There's no failure when it comes to doing anything when you're the soul. Even if it doesn't work out for you, it's a win to the soul. The soul sees it as a win, okay? Because it's something learned. All right. So you would just be looked at as, it's like you'd be seen as something of an enigma if you had only loving thoughts and words. Only. Wouldn't you say that? You'd be seen as an enigma. So 2 is Clover. Card of luck. Happy circumstances. The personal meaning is fortune will be on your side. New opportunities. The meanings in love is meeting a new person, fateful acquaintances. So meetings in the field of finances, a dangerous deal, but everything will be resolved in the best way for you. Very interesting. Okay, so if it's finances, there's something that is a bit of a risk. And look, you got like your wishes fulfilled, and you'll be taking that leap of faith. If it's finances, everything will be fine. Okay? Everything will be balanced. It will fall into balance. It will come into balance. It's like this says here. But everything will be resolved in the best way for you. In a balanced way. Peaceful. The Chamber of Power, how powerful you are. So what I get from this, and this is daylight. This is all about the power of positive, of happiness, of being empowered. The daylight, right? It's looking at change and saying change is good. Change is the only way to live life. Is through change. Change which promotes growth. But when this card's showing up, it's telling me that you might have some thoughts that are, did I have a card here? No. You might have some thoughts that are keeping you smaller, keeping you contracted, smaller, right? Keeping you from being limitless, keeping you from expanding. So it's something that you may need to get a handle on right away, so that you are going to be aligned with your wish that's already fulfilled in the ethers. It's fulfilled in the ethers, just has to come into form, into whatever form it is that you're wanting with the relationship or the project you're working on, trying to make it a success, to come into form. And this, what was it? The Clover card was about the partnership, the relationship that you're meeting a new person. So it would be a fateful acquaintance, somebody that you're meant to meet. It's a new person. So if you're wanting to have a relationship that's going to be successful, you're currently working on trying to do that, then it's going to happen. But you've got to get yourself aligned with that parallel universe or parallel world, because each of us are in our own little world. You know, our aura, right? Our aura is vast. It's huge. We include a lot of people in our own little worlds. We include their little worlds in our little worlds, right? We're intermingling with people all the time. People, places, and things. Because everything's got its own energy, its own aura, its own world. So we're always in touch with others. Even if they're like across the city, your auras are still touching as you're touching everybody else's too at the same time. So we can, that's where telepathy can come through, right? With that aura, you know, reading, getting the feeling and the psychic feelings of somebody's going to call you, or, you know, you're reading someone's mind, or, you know, just whatever. Psychic power comes because our auras are connecting with other people's energies, or auras, which is our aura is our spirit, our mind, our emotion, and then our physical body, in that order. So it starts as spirit here on it's the biggest part of us, and then the little bit smaller energy of the mind, it is within the spirit bubble, okay? And then the emotional body is within the mind, which is in the spirit bubble, and then the physical body is right central in it, okay? So that's our aura, and that's our world. Our worlds, our thoughts and our feelings are going out on all different directions from us to other people who may or may not be picking up on it. So it looks good. It looks really good. It's just, I think that there's something that you need to be standing more in your power about. What is it? That's where you need to figure that out. But this is just telling you there is something going on that you are not allowing yourself to stand in your power, because possibly you want to fit in. What was the other thing? You want to fit in, and you don't want to stand out. You don't want to be an enigma. Well, why not? Why don't you want to be an enigma? Why not? Especially if you could have everything and anything you'd ever want in your life, including loving relationships. If you be your true self. Page of Swords. That is like, that's seeking the truth. That's getting that arrow out ready to aim it at something, because it is your truth. You are looking to the past to find out what your future holds. And it's a message. It's a message that there is only life but in truth. There's only movement forward in truth, successfully moving forward in truth. With the Queen of Wands, who is the one who is truly inspired, she's going to be inspired by whatever message, information that you're getting, the source of truth, however that's coming in, could be coming in through the divine. Okay, that, you know, as you learn to check in, like to tune in, tap in, and turn yourself on to become very intimate with your soul. Have a very intimate relationship with your soul. And I'm not saying that in a sexual way. I'm saying that is that this is you and your soul. You just like, you're not beside each other. You're like practically on top of each other. You're each other. You and your soul. You is the physical, the ego self that's made of fear. And that's the fear we're talking about here. That if we're sitting too much in what could happen if I did this, you know, what might happen if I tried it, what if I fail, what if this, what if that, that is what's going to trip you up from being able to progress or move forward, even just get started, to take that leap of faith. So you may need to start looking at your thoughts. I would say you do have to start looking at what you're telling yourself about this excuse me, this relationship or this particular person you're interested in, or this project that you want to see it as a success. So is there anything that you're thinking about that's negative, that could be limiting you or holding you back as an obstacle or a challenge for taking the next step? You get that information. You're the Queen of Wands energy. You're going to get some kind of message or information that's going to make you go, I'm doing it. I'm on it. I'm on it now. So that's why it's so very, very important right here to listen to your inner truth. What the divine is saying, until you start listening to your inner truth, nothing is going to be true for you moving forward. You know, until you start listening to your inner truth, whatever it is, whatever progress you're trying to make, it's going to be challenges, mountains, you know, to overcome, to climb and overcome challenges and obstacles all the way, instead of being in the flow of taking action, because you know that it's the right thing to do. You're feeling it on the inside. You're feeling it's right. You're getting messages. You're hearing, you know, from people about something that has something to do with your project, that they're either giving you a little warning sign, or they're giving a tip of something that's going to help you go forward. That's guidance from the divine, but through people and other things. And then we have the King of Swords. See, he's on top of the mountain. He's the king. This is the page. This is the young'un, the student. But look at you. You take action. Now you're wise. Whoops. Pardon me. You're taking action because they got the, what is that? Is that that looks like, I'm not sure. It's not an eagle. It's like the prey one. What is that called? The bird. But it's about spirit. You know, the bird is about spirit messages. Spirit messages. He's receiving them. He's put up his arm for a landing place for that bird, the bird of prey. He's put up his arm, so he's saying, come to me and give me what you know. Give me the wisdom I need, because then I'm going to be shooting my arrows of truth. He's got his bow here, and he's got his arrows back there. He's standing on the mountain where he can see everything. He's got a really great perspective. Okay? And then we have the Seven of Swords. He's got a bow and arrow too. Page of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. The Sun. Wonderful. Ten of Wands. Putting down the burdens. Been carrying a great deal. Nine of Pentacles. Taking charge of being independently doing whatever it is that you're doing. Five of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Slow movement forward. The Two of Cups. The Nine of Wands. The Three of Pentacles. And you've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. We'll see. And the Three of Pentacles, that's working, that's doing it, right? We know this is already going to be a success. It's just a matter of you've got to get your little world aligned with that parallel world as I was speaking. So the vibration of it matches. Because the vibration of your wish being fulfilled is a very high vibrating vibration. It's a high frequency energy of spirit, you know, in the ether. It's high vibration. You've got to get yourself elevated with your thoughts and your feelings that come simultaneously with the thoughts. That's why it's so important to be careful about considering what you're thinking. How are you using your mind? You know, and you do that, you get your thoughts in a more higher, more life-affirming type of thinking, positive, hopeful, optimistic, loving. Yeah, get your thinking into that kind of vibration. You're going to be starting to be more and more aligned with your wish fulfilled. Parallel world or universe, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it'll be, so you can see these two bubbles. Let's just imagine two bubbles. This is your bubble here, and then this is the bubble of the parallel world. This one's a little higher up here than yours is down here, okay? But as you change your mind, change your beliefs and things that keep you thinking little, like limited, to rising up to the occasion of thinking more grand, more positive, more optimistic, your bubble's going to rise up, and it's going to start matching that same frequency that's going across like this, the bands of frequency going across like this. It's going to rise up into those bands of frequency where this parallel one is waiting for you. And then the two of you may, like the rings, you know, you see two rings that interlock like this. That's what's going to happen, is your two worlds are going to move together, and they're going to interlock, and then they're going to move more and more as you continue to rise to the occasion of being more positive thinking. Okay? More I'm confident thinking. I'm confident that whatever my project is, my relationship is, it's going to be successful. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're already being told that, right? Being told that it's successful. These cards told us that already. It was just this one that's saying, be careful. Where are you putting your power? Are you putting your power in the ego part of you, which is the human, the physical, the fear? Or are you putting your power into the soul part of you, which is love, which is like truth, which is confident, which can do, the soul can do anything. Anything. There's nothing that holds a soul back except your mind. Page of Swords again. You're in the Queen of Wands, so you're trying to get your mind aligned with what your project or your relationship is that you truly want to experience. You're becoming wiser. You're elevating your thoughts. You're standing on the mountaintop. You've elevated your thoughts. You're receiving constant communication from spirit, from the divine, through your soul, through the urges of your, the whispering of your soul coming into your mind. Seven of Swords is like, this is the energy of trying to win by not playing. Trying to win by not playing. Now, that's the story of the Seven of Swords, is that this little guy in one camp of the army, there's two camps, army and enemy of the army, or whatever. But he's in one, and he thinks he's just going to go over to the other camp and steal all their swords, all their weapons, and take them back to his camp. Or go bury them. They don't really say he takes them back to his camp. But he essentially got rid of the enemy's weapons, their ability to fight. So the next morning, when they're all supposed to meet up on the battlefield, they're supposed to start fighting, but they can't. The enemy can't fight. And back in that day they did not. They honored. They're not going to annihilate the other camp or the other army if they don't have a way to defend themselves. So they're going to delay or stall or completely put that whole idea of having that battle with them to an end. So it's like you're trying to win by not doing anything. Which it can be, it's sort of an altruistic thing to do. It's trying to make sure that no blood is shed, right? That everybody's going to be okay. Because he knows that his army's not going to fight that army if that army doesn't have any weapons. So it's altruistic, but it can also be seen as not doing anything and hoping for the best kind of thing. Not doing anything, trying to win by not doing anything. You got to do something. See the Queen of Wands energy? You got to do something. She's an action taker. You're an action taker, pile 2. Okay? You can sit under your sunflower all you want, and you know, imagine or fantasize or whatever, but you got to take action, because there is going to be an idea is going to come to you, or someone's going to make an offer to you. It could be that relationship. That person is going to make a relationship with you. Okay, and you're going to need to take action. You got to, if you promise that you're going to meet up with them, then you got to go and do it, right? If you you do all this talking about this project that you want to get off the ground and start, or you got this and that to do, you got to do it. You got to get busy working and doing it. 7 of Pentacles, because these sunflowers did not grow themselves by themselves. They actually you sowed the seeds and nurtured them. Now you've got to continue nurturing everything until it's ready to be harvested, right? So what you got to do is that you've sowed the seed of wanting, you know, you've put in like a desire to the universe, that wish fulfillment, that you want to have a relationship with somebody that, you know, is good for you, and you're good for them, and it's committed and might go the distance, that kind of thing. You want to take that leap of faith with someone. Same with the project. You want to, you know, you want to bring, you know, same with the relationship. You want to bring light, daylight, happiness, or, you know, just positive vibes to it. That it's going to be something of a project that's going to have a really great outcome, and a whole, like the journey towards the outcome is going to be fun or exhilarating or whatever it is for you. And you're going to be able to then harvest, you know, the outcome. You're going to be able to have a great harvest, a great outcome. It's going to be successful. It is. It's already, it says here, success and happiness, enlightenment. That relationship you're looking for, it's all written in the cards for you. It is your fate. Right? Where was it that said fate? Hang on a second. Clover. Meeting a new person, fateful acquaintance. Yeah. And we got this Daga's rune here. It's like sudden changes for the better, gaining happiness, understanding the events around you. So you're gaining an understanding of what is needed to be done. And I point at this card here. What's needed to be done is for you to get your thoughts aligned with the higher vibration of I can do this, or it can be done, or it will happen. It's happening right now. It's just going to happen because I've asked for it. Simple as that. I have asked God, or I've asked the divine for it, and that the divine knows my heart better than I do. So if that's truly what my heart wants, which of course it is. I mean, who wants to live this life alone, right? And if living alone is something that you truly desire doing, then that's your baby. But if you don't truly desire living your life alone, then that's what your heart wants. Your heart wants to be with somebody. And so your wish has been granted. It's just a matter of you getting your mind in the right frame. You see? You're thinking in the best frame of mind. Right? Okay. So that's when because you're going to be so happy, you're going to be letting down all your burdens, having a new beginning, because 10 of Wands is the end. With you being like, yes, this is independent energy, but you're looking awfully lovely, aren't you? Around all of your pentacles. Yeah, your abundance and prosperity. Just, you know, just the abundance of having someone who's in love with you, and you're like in your quiet moments feeling really, really grateful, like really, really lucky. Just like this. Really, really lucky that you have gotten what it is that you had a wish for. You are sitting in the energy of, I'm feeling pretty damn good. Lucky. Yes, ma'am. 5 of Pentacles, it'll be like you are always looking in from the outside. But no more. Things are going to move at a pace that where you're going to see success. Knight of Pentacles here always crosses the finish line. It's that turtle and hare story. Reliable, committed, dedicated. Look at this guy here. He's got a map. He knows exactly how to get to where he's going. And it's a little bit curvy, you know, not a straight path. But yeah, you're going to come out of the shadow and into the light, in the sense that you're no longer going to be the one looking at a relationship or looking at the outcome of something that you want to, that you're working towards making a success. You're going to be the one looking on the inside at the very thing, whether it's the man or the girl you want, man or woman you want, or the whatever is manifest from the project that you're working on, that you want. You'll be very much aligned with it, the Knight of Pentacles, because you're going to get it. It might take a little while, but it definitely is going to be something that you're going to achieve. Two of Cups, something you're going to love. Whatever project you're working on, it's something that you're going to be able to enlist or have already enlisted someone to work on with you. Could be a group too, but it is like it's you and whatever, or it's you and this relationship person, this man or this woman you want to be in a relationship with. Nine of Wands is going to feel like there's still so much work yet to be done, because first of all, it's a slow burn with this, the Knight of Pentacles. What I'm saying is it's not going to, it's the sun, okay, it's happy times, but it's not going to be like alakazam, alakazoom, bam. You go from being single to happy. You are going to be happy, but it's a journey. Remember, it's the journey, not the outcome. It's the journey, the experience of meeting this person, you know, if it's a relationship, meeting this person and getting to know them and feeling it out as to, well, maybe some days you feel like it would be good to be more connected with this person, you know, like leveraged with them, that you're committing more to each other. And then other days you might be thinking, maybe not, because they're having a bad hair day and I don't know if I want to be around somebody who comes out like that. Well, then you've got to start learning to be able to communicate with this person. They communicate with you. When you're having bad hair days, you talk about it. Try to find out what's going on, because if you are planning on committing to each other, you're going to want to know those things ahead of time, right? You don't want to get married and find out this person is, you know, a wolf in lamb's clothing. You know, you want to have your feelers out. You want to know that all the life experiences that you've had up to this point is not all for naught. You want to know that you can move forward, persevere through the challenges of what this relationship, this collaboration is going to entail. The Three of Pentacles and the Two of Cups is what it's going to entail. Is that, yes, it's going to take probably a little bit of knocking around, like trying to figure each other out. And if it's a project, trying to source out who is going to be in charge of what, who's responsible for what, that kind of thing. It's a learning curve. It is what it is. Through whether it's a project or a relationship you're in, you're going to need to figure out how the two of you can best stay together through communication, to find out what makes each other tick and what doesn't. And if it doesn't make them tick, you want to ask why, or they want to ask you why, or you want to tell them why. You just want to be upfront and communicate. But the first thing is that you need to learn to be a really good communicator to make this happen, this collaboration, this working together, this building a new foundation of life with you. That's you and them building a new foundation for the top one to stand on. That's the two of you together like this, right? Two of you together on these two. This one here is you two having this this connected relationship together. So you've got to be able to communicate with each other. Well, if you're not communicating with yourself, then you're probably not a very good communicator. You're not able to get your point across or to be understood. Okay, so the thing is that you need your soul to help you, just like this says here. Is it this one? This one. Yes. The Dagaz rune here, the daylight, is that it's for a better understanding. You're gaining happiness, understanding the events around you, understanding each other, understanding through communication, through being able to communicate. Communication in a relationship is number one. There is no other most important thing between two people than communication. Effective communication. Healthy, effective communication. So guys, this looks really good. The only thing the divine is telling you is that it's a go for you. It's a positive. You start getting yourself, if you're not already, start getting yourself intimately engaging with your inner divinity. You've got a wish that's already granted for you, and it's just a matter of you being ready to take that leap of faith, because you're going to be feeling more optimistic, more lighter, more ready, more like, I'm gung-ho, I want to do this. This is a go for me. I'm feeling lucky. It's all positive. It's a change that I need in my life. I'm ready. I'm ready. You're going to be at peace, and you're going to be feeling very, very optimistic. You do this work here. You start the communication practice here. If you haven't already, you might have. But if you start the communication practice here, that when you get here with this one, you're going to be able to much more easily get things sorted out between the two of you, the Nine of Wands and the collaboration. You're going to be able to keep things going. In other words, you're going to be able to keep things going with your person or your project, whoever you're working on your project with. So best of luck with that. Please let me know too if this really is your story. Take care of yourself. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. How are you doing? Welcome to your reading. You have chosen card number 34 for the fish. 7 is spirit, and it's heaven. 7 is heaven, spirit. It's fish, which is about abundance, right? And the King of Pentacles, which is all about abundance, prosperity. King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is going to help us realize what will become of the relationship project that you're currently working on, making it a success in the not so far future. So what's going to happen to this in the not so far future? Your project or relationship that you either have now or want. Okay, so if it wasn't the card or the intuition that chose this pile, it was the number 1 or 3, 31 or 13 or 4, if you add them together. And if it's not that, it was your zodiac, and we have, what have we got there? That's Gemini and Virgo. Yeah. And then we have Scorpio and Aquarius. All right. So I'll read the meaning of the fish card when I get the rest of the cards out. So Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, can you please provide us with the major arcana energy? Thank you. The moon. Ooh. Okay, the moon. Sanctity and cycle of growth. See the truth even in the dark of night. So use the moon's light, right? Because it's not as bright as the sun, but it does still provide some light. So you can still see your way through some fears. All right, let's see. Let's get clarification for that. I feel this one here. What we have, it is the 10 of Swords. Ooh, 10 of Swords. You see that? She's sitting there. She's got beautiful long blonde hair. Looks like a beautiful girl. She's got her back turned to us with all these swords in it. Yeah, I'd say that'd be fearful, but it's the end. That's the beautiful part of the 10 cards, right? It's the end. When it comes to something that's not pleasant. We don't want 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. We don't want that to come to an end. But yeah, there's a new beginning on the horizon, which means no more backstabbing, no more being left for dead, no one being sabotaged anymore. Clarity is coming. Clarity is coming to help you start a brand new cycle. Brand new cycle without any swords in your back. The only sword you're going to have is that Ace of Swords. It's the new beginning. That's divinely inspired new beginning of truth, of the opportunity to walk a path. I always say the red carpet's rolled out for you by the divine, for you to have the opportunity to walk the path. You could choose to walk it or not, of truth, because things went wrong, horribly wrong. To this point, things went horribly wrong. You might have started off really, really positive and truthful, but things got askew, and swords start flying. Okay. Kanaz ruin. It's all about vision, revelation, knowledge, creativity, inspiration, technical ability, vital fire of life, harnessed power, fire of transformation and regeneration. So it's like the death card. Transformation and regeneration, rebirthing. Let's read this one. What does it say? Kanaz. Kanaz, where are you? Not there. Okay, you're here somewhere. I know you are. Oh, there it is. I knew the number. 6. It's fire, flame, torch. Creativity, falling in love, revealing potential. Creativity, emergence of desires. Now, it's got a negative connotation to it. If it was in reverse, it would be loneliness and alienation, lost motivation, emotional burnout. So we're looking at the positive. Creativity, falling in love, revealing potential. Creativity, again, for whatever reason. Emergence of desires. Emergence of desires. So your desires are emerging. Fun. Your desires for a new beginning of truth are emerging. To be fruitful and abundant, prosperous, grounded in your prosperity and good stuff, good luck and all that sort of stuff. With the King of Pentacles, fish, abundance. The story of Jesus, right? The fisherman, he does not give them fish. He shows them how to fish so that they can always be abundant, because they know how to do it. They know how to fish. They know how to fish effectively. Putting their lines down, their nets down and all that sort of stuff, to know where, when, and how to do it to be effective. So 34, I can't talk and look for a number at the same time. I've tried, it doesn't work. So this is a card of luck. Yeah, I just said that, luck. Card of luck, prosperity, well-being, pregnancy. Personal meaning is that it's a reward and getting results for the steps taken. Meanings in love is a close partnership, strong feelings, news of pregnancy, arrival of children, meeting relatives. Meaning in finance is successful trade, deals, job satisfaction, profitable investments, and winnings, and then fortune. So it's all very, very positive. Very, very positive. But you may have had, like I said, things might have started off under the influence of truth, but then things got kind of wonky with the people you were engaging with, or with the fears you might have had about let's say, just an example maybe, let's see if I can come up with one, that you are you're working with a finance company, or a company that offers financial advice. And let's just say that they're fairly new on the market, and they have the lowest fees. So that's what attracted you, because you're just getting started yourself. This is not you, it's just an example. Just getting your start at yourself to try and build up your finances, let's say, to start really investing and making big wins in return of investment, ROIs. But so you hire this because they somehow they came across your radar, and you've hired them because they boast about having the lowest fees and the highest returns. Yeah, right, okay. But anyways, that you hire them, and it's just a small 4-person company. I just picked 4 out of the hat, could be anything. 4-person company, and 2 of them are the professional, so-called professional trade people who trade stocks, and I don't know, they keep an eye on the stocks and trade. I don't know, okay, so I'm just gonna go with they keep an eye on trade. Let's just say that, because I don't really know. Keep an eye on trade. Well, maybe they're not as experienced as they claim to be, or they're not as skillful at buying and selling as they boast to be. That they have this track record, that maybe they're kind of lying about it, there's the truth part, right? Kind of lying about their qualifications, their skills, and how long they've been in the company, or how long they've been in the business, the history, their track record, all that sort of stuff might be a lot of it might be kind of embellished or made up, completely made up. You don't know this. You don't know this at all. You're innocently going along with these people that claim to be, really good at what they do. So there's no fault is yours. Other than maybe you could have done a little bit more research on this company, to maybe done a better business bureau, better business, whatever, the triple B thing. Check them out with the Better Business Bureau, if that's how you say it, to see if they're really truly legitimate kind of thing. So if you didn't do that, let's just say you go along, few months down the road, you see that your stocks are going down, and or the price of the share that you're in the company with, like whatever you purchase shares in, it's going down, and it has a history of going down. But they're saying, no worry about it. We've been through this with this year, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry, we got you. You're not gonna. It's give it another 6 months. Meanwhile, you're paying them fees, and you've got your initial investment in their pocket. Next thing you know, 6 months comes, and they tweaked up and then gone back down again. Tweaked up a little bit further, gone back down again, and nothing's growing. You're not seeing any dividends. You're not seeing any growth. You can't. If you were to sell, you'd be losing a poop load of money, including your initial investment. So you finally, nothing's clear for you, because they're the professionals. They're the ones supposed to be educating you, but you seem to not know what's going on with them. They're not keeping you in the loop. You're not hearing from them as often as you did in the beginning. You're starting to feel skeptical. Well, and you're not feeling very abundant at this point in time. Yeah, it's like they gave you fish, right? They didn't teach you how to fish. They're like the ones that are taking your money and investing it for you, and it's like giving you the fish. They're not showing you how to do your own research, checking the newspapers or checking the New York stock trade every day. I don't know, whatever it is. They're not showing you what you could be doing to make sure that you're doing your due diligence, that they're staying true to their word, They're promises, right? If any kind of legitimate company would want you to make sure that they are doing what they say they claim to be doing, that they will give you resources. They will point you to this website or that resource of some kind to clarify, to help you feel assured that they're not taking you for a ride. Yeah. That's what a legitimate company would do. They would give you resources, like policy. They'd give you policy. They'd encourage you to take it to your lawyer, your finance lawyer, your accountant, whatever, to get them to read it over and make sure that there aren't any loopholes in there, and that you can feel assured that you're not, poking around in the dark, okay, with this company. Am I missing a card here? Am I missing a card? It's this card. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm getting old, guys. Okay, so we've got card 4. Feel, don't think. Yeah, that's a good advice. Feel, don't think. See, that is the lungs. So I said the lungs, or no, that's the brain. The brain? Yeah. Here's the brain, right? That's the thinker. Then there's the heart. It says feel what's going on in your gut, in your heart, right there. Don't think through it. Feel. Don't think, because you can get yourself all muddled up in like the 9 of Swords, or the 8 of Swords in the day and the 9 of Swords at night, all through 24/7. You've got yourself all wound up in what if, and I'm afraid, and what if I lose my money, this sort of that, and the other thing. I was going to read it too. Number 4, that's foundational stuff, okay? Number 4, building a foundation of security. Why am I feel like I'm talking about money in this reading? Probably because of my example. But okay, so feel, don't think. Take your glasses off. To connect fully to your intuition, you must first stop thinking and instead feel into your body. The mind is a thinking machine designed to make thoughts, to analyze the past and predict the future, which is all scary stuff. It's all moon stuff. Analyzing the past, it's gone. There's nothing you can do about it. So it's like, that's in the shadow. That's in the past shadow, right? To predict the future, nobody knows. Nobody knows the future unless you're a really good psychic. But even that changes. It is supposed to filter our experiences, but it can often make decisions based on past experience. We're talking about the mind again. It is supposed to filter our experiences, but it can often make decisions based on past experiences rather than intuition, the feeling. It is by feeling back into the body, right to your belly, right to your belly, where your heart is sending those signals. If it feels good in your belly, right? You don't feel sick to your stomach, you feel good in your belly. Yeah, it is feeling back into the body that you can begin to discover what is right for you in the present moment, like right now. It's time to let the mind rest and tap into the innate wisdom, your intuitive whispers, that lies deep within you. You will know when you have arrived into feeling when everything seems clear, like the moon, it's not clear, and unwavering. So right now you're trying to navigate through something, whatever it is, a relationship or a project, but things are like you're going by moonlight. It's not clear enough. You don't have enough light, enough clarity. How to feel, not think. Find a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. Take 8 rounds of box breathing, which is 4 seconds inhaling, 4 seconds holding, and 4 seconds exhaling, and 4 seconds holding there. And this is slowly, by the way, breathing in slowly. Move your awareness to your toes and scan upward through your body. Slowly feel into every part of yourself, inviting the muscles to soften as you do so. From this place of deep relaxation, check in with how your body feels. Let your body respond through feeling. Remember that. The gut, even just all through the whole body. How does your body, is it relaxed or is it tensing up when you start thinking about something? Is it relaxing or tensing up? Then you know which way to go. You got to change your thought about it, or your belief about it, or you got to make some kind of change in your outer world so that you can feel better physically about it when you do that exercise again. All right. You know how, like, for example, you are running short on money and you're thinking, I got to pay the babysitter $20 when I get home, but I've only got like $10 in my wallet, and I can't just let her leave without giving her the full 20 because she'll never want to come back again. And you're going, oh, but to go to the bank, it's all the way across town, and if I've already left the party late enough, or the get together, whatever you were doing, if I show up an hour later than I said I was going to be, or even if I call and let her know I'm going to be an hour later, that's gonna make her mad, and she's not going to want to babysit for me anymore because I'm not holding to my time. And then you're walking out of the event or the party or with a friend or something like that, and you're saying, oh man, I just realized I only got $10 in my wallet. And you're all tense about this, right? Only got $10 in my wallet, and I owe the babysitter 20. Oh my God, and I got to go all the way across town, and then if I go all the way across town to the bank, which is ridiculous, but just an example, I'm going to be like an hour late to be able to get her back home again. And she's never going to want to babysit for me again. I really like her, the kids really like her, blah, blah, blah. Your friend says, well, dang, I've got $10. You go, really? You got $10? You'd lend that to me? Yeah, you're my friend. Or yeah, just get me back on Monday when we're at work. And you go, you sigh, you have a big sigh of relief. Oh, wow, that's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll get you back. Yeah, I promise. So you can go home now on time, and you can give your babysitter $20. Everything worked out. It's like, whew, everything worked out. So if you are feeling that way when you think about something, I don't have $20, you feel that immediate like this. But then you hear from your friend that they can lend you that extra 10, and you go, your muscles start relaxing. You start thinking, oh, I'm okay, everything's all right, everything's fine, everything's good. Now you're relaxed. You got the problem solved. Got it covered. That's how you should feel when you think about something that you're intending on doing or approaching or want to do. Something like that. Maybe you want to ask somebody out on a date. What does that feel like? Sure, you're gonna have butterflies about it, but if you pose the question about, is that person right for me right now? Is that person right for me right now? Will this person have the right intentions for me, for us, together right now? And if your belly doesn't give you any signs of then it's probably yes, go for it. Yeah. Did I shuffle? That's the $64 million question. Did I shuffle? I don't know. Okay, so we're going to find out more. I probably did, but here we go. Everything happens for a reason. There's the Seven of Swords. Yeah, stealing your happiness. But the Seven of Swords story also goes that you're trying to steal unhappiness, like trying to avoid something, not doing something and hoping for the best is like not having a fight. But this is doing something to hopefully not have a fight. So you're doing something to try to avoid something worse from happening, something bad from happening. This guy from the one camp is stealing the swords from the other camp, so that the two that when they meet on the battlefields, his army's not going to fight the other army that doesn't have any weapons to defend themselves, so then they can't battle, which means no blood will be shed on that day. because that's what they did back then. They wouldn't fight the opposing army if the army didn't have a way to defend itself. Okay. So doing something, hoping to not be, this is deception as well, right? Being sneaky and deception, but it can be for a good cause. Knight of Pentacles. You know, crossing the winning line, you'll get your reward. Crossing the winning line, this is like we're being told you're going to be successful. Knight of Pentacles, just going to go slow. That's all. You got the Two of Wands standing at a crossroads. Oh, the Nine of Pentacles. This is the third time this come out. This come out in all pile 1 and pile 2 as well. The Star. I think that might have come out in all 3 piles too. Wish has been granted. Healing can happen. The Hierophant. Ooh, authority. Authority and knowledge. The Four of Cups. Crying, you know, feeling disappointed, dissatisfied, but there's something good coming in. You just don't realize it just yet, but it's coming. The Queen of Wands, you'll be taking action. Yes, you will. With the Eight of Pentacles, working hard, a hard-working Queen of Wands taking action. The Queen of Pentacles, maybe you're working with somebody. The Chariot, moving forward. This could be you, but we'll see. The Three of, what is this? 3 of Cups, yes, 3 of Cups. Back of the deck, look at that. We got the Seven of Wands, that's constructing healthy boundaries. Only accepting what you will accept and denying what you will not accept. Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Empress. Wow, with the Six of Swords. There's your solution. Problem solved. Hey, you don't have to go anywhere. We're done. No, problem solved. Yes, there's your solution. Empress. I mean, this shows that you've grown through this process. You've grown. You've elevated yourself. See, you're up higher than, you're up higher than everybody else poking at you. They want you to do this, that, and the other thing because they think that's what's best for you, or that's just their agenda. You're saying, no, 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 no. I'm only going to do what is right for me. That's the end of it. And whatever you feel is right for you, you just go on and take it for yourself and leave me alone. I'm not going to accept your demands or expectations as mine, as being mine, something that I need to pay attention to. Queen of Cups is you on the path of love with, you know, like I said, you're evolving here. Now suddenly you are like either becoming, there's no kings here. There's no emperor or anything like that. So unless it's a same-sex relationship, it is like, it's all about you just growing and elevating into the evolved person that you'll be stepping into this energy of success, of nurturing, of birthing new worlds, of, you know, giving birth, right, to life, of harvesting, of being, you know, connected with the divinity around the stars coming down. You are living your best life. You'll be stepping into the energy, you know, in and out of it, but you'll be stepping into it more. You'll be spending more time in it by the time you go through this process here. Okay? Yeah, you'd be doing really, really well. Really well. Enjoying the fruits of your labor, being happy in nature, feeling at one, you know, it's really, really good. Successful. Successful and beautiful. Okay. Love. Yes. Clear. You'll be clearer than all get up. There's no mud or moon shining on you. You've got the sun. Love. Brand new beginning. Divine inspired offering. You could take it or not, but you're taking it because that's what the Empress does. Queen of Cups. Yeah. You know, your cup is full and you are like, you're ready to give your love to life. If it's not a relationship, just to whatever it is that you want to be involved in, that you see as being your way forward. you know, successfully. You're moving from rough waters to calmer waters in the Six of Swords energy, taking everything that you've learned through your hardships, through your struggles, your pains, your hard work with you. You've learned a lot. You've done so well. Okay? You don't have to steal the swords, because you've taken them with you here. And it's, I don't know why they got the Six of Swords before the Seven of Swords that way. You've taken the swords with you. You didn't have to steal them. They're yours. It's your lessons that you've learned. It's your wisdom that you've taken with you through it all. Your abundance, the King of Pentacles energy, the Kanaz, your vision, your harnessed power, the Empress, your transformation and regeneration. She regenerates because she's transformed. She births, regenerates, right? Okay, so somebody here was being deceptive, okay, sneaky and underhanded. Now, this would not be you, okay? This is not you. This is not you. It is like my example, you partnered up with, innocently enough, you partnered up with, because you may have seen some really shiny stuff. You know how us human beings are attracted to shiny, glittery things? Anything that's nice and shiny and glittery, we want it. We want it. We want it. We're attracted. We're like a dog floating through the air, sniffing the smell of the cooking roast in the oven, like wafering. That smell's been wafering out, and the dog's been sleeping in its bed, wafering. The dog gets sniff it, and next thing you know, the dog is wafering into the kitchen. It's like salivating. I want that beef. I want that meat. It's like, smells so good. Bacon, right? So anyways, someone had been sneaky and deceptive with you. They were trying to make sure they win and you lose. This is not the story of them taking your money. It doesn't work in this situation, in my example anyways. It doesn't work in this example. They can't be running, they're running off with your money and leaving you with two. Two of what? 2 cents of the 20,000 you gave them? Maybe $2 of the 20,000 you gave them. They're running off with it. Right. But surely you are going to you're going to cross the finish line. You're going to win. You're going to excel. You're going to win. You just have to rethink your plans. You know, you have to rethink the way forward. So what you've been choosing before, you know, maybe being attracted to something shiny that just wasn't right for you at the time, but it caused you to learn some very valuable lessons. Because if you want to be abundant, you got to do it smart. That's what the King of Pentacles is. You got to be smart. You got to learn how to fish. And the only way you learn how to fish is actually throwing the line, right? And hoping for the best. You might pull it, you know, tweak it to make the little thing on the end look like it's a fish that's in distress. But that's how you're learning. You're learning by, you know, oftentimes you'll be reeling that line in and there's nothing on the end of the line. That could be considered a failure, right? Well, so you're learning through falls, bumps and falls. So that's how you learn. There's the Six of Swords. Those are the hardships, the lessons you learn. You're taking them with you. It's wisdom now. You know now what you can put up with and what you won't put up with. You know now. It's wisdom. So yes, you're going to cross the finish line. So that's number one, is that what will become of the project or the relationship that you're currently working on, making it a success. It's going to be a success in the not so far future. Okay. So in the not so far future, because you're going to choose this way of doing things now instead of doing this things, you're going to be more, like for this example, you'd be more, you know, in the due diligence part of researching the company that you want to give your money to. Or research or do more research on the people that you want to hire for the project. You want to make sure you hire the right people, right? So you're going to make calls because they're going to give you a resume and application. They're going to give you former employers, and you're going to call the former employers and ask them about their employment with that company. You're going to do that to make sure that you're not going to get some duds on your project, that you're going to be hiring, paying, or they're going to be working with you. You're going to be doing this possibly independently, in the sense that you're on your own. You're on your own. It's up to you to be able to get into that clarity of feeling that whatever it is that you're doing feels just right. See that bird on her paw, on her hand? That bird feels comfortable enough to land on her paw, and her feels comfortable enough to give that bird the opportunity to be confident enough to land on her. So the two of them are working in tandem with each other. They're on the same page. I'm confident, I feel safe with you. And he's going to come in, that bird's coming in and giving her some more inspiration, more truth, more enlightenment, wisdom, right? He's going to be guiding. He gives you, if you go into your heart, you're going to have, like what the bird would be, the opportunity of being given tidbits of inspiration and tidbits of truth, of wisdom, that is going to help you progress in your effort of transforming yourself and birthing whatever it is, creatively birthing whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish, whether it's knowledge or some technical abilities, they say here, feeling fired up, harnessing your power so that you can grow financially, abundantly, prosperously. Okay, this is your wish fulfillment. This is the wish that you need to get yourself aligned with, and you do that through the heart, not by thinking about it. You think about what it is that you need to do diligently in the world, that you can do, that you have at your disposal. For example, with this, with the company that took your money, let's just say, you could have checked in with the Better Business Bureau first before giving them your money. Just find out if they're legitimate or if there's been any complaints against them, right? And you could have got online, and Googled this particular company to see if there's been any reviews or complaints on them, scandals, whatever. You could be telling them you want to have a history of their portfolio. What do they have to offer their clients for assuredness that if I'm going to give you $20,000, I want to see something like that's solid in my hand that says you're legit, right? And then you do your other investigation, research, talking to other people who may have heard about this company through others, or have already been there, done that with them, and they haven't been happy campers, or maybe they were successful to some extent. Whatever, you got to do the groundwork. You got to do the groundwork, but you make sure you're taking it all to your heart, to your intuition, and saying, what do I need to know about this? What do I need to know about this company? What do I need to know about this person? What do I need to know? Is there anything else I should be doing or could be doing? Inspire me, right? Hierophant comes in and says, we got this. We got this for you. The Hierophant is going to be the one that you're going to be talking to about what you could do to make sure that you are going to be safe and secure. Where's my 4? That security, that safe and security, that foundation, building that foundation on trust and safety, on security. No more mystery of not being clear. No more sabotaging. No more being deceived. Okay? No more being deceived. Taking things slow, don't rush it. Get your groundwork done. Get yourself on the right track. No more looking to the, if you're fantasizing about the shiny object, whatever, and being dazzled by that, you just kind of want to go up and grab it and like take that leap of faith and hoping for the best. No, don't just hope for the best. Make sure you secure your future with the hard work and due diligence that you need to do in order for you to move forward in your project successfully. You will be successful. You are. This person here, these people, different people, and God as well, the divine within you, like the heart, right? These are all the people that you're going to communicate with to make sure that whatever decision you're making with regards to your finances, with regards to a relationship that you want to get into, a partnership, a this, a that, a business, whatever it is, you're going to make sure you're going to be talking to whoever you can get your hands on. You're going to do everything because you don't want to end up being disappointed and disillusioned because there is like this person you didn't talk to, that person you didn't talk to, that person you didn't. Well, no more disappointment and disillusion. Don't worry. The divine's got your back if you've got your own back. You've got to get your own back, meaning you got to take things slow, first of all. Don't rush it. Got to take things slow. Get your own back. Make sure they're not like taking the swords out right from underneath your nose, okay? They're not deceiving you from right underneath your nose when you had the opportunity to see it because it was right under your nose. You didn't. I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying this is how it would work, right? Because the Queen of Wands, she's like, once the divine's saying, we're coming in and because you've decided to talk to people. You're aligning with your wish, right? You decided to go this direction instead of the direction of just grabbing at the brass ring and hoping for the best, with trying to do as little work as possible about making sure that whatever it is that you're investing in is going to be a sound investment for you. And it could be even your education, right? You might decide you want to go for a particular bachelor degree or a master's degree, probably a bachelor degree. We're going to start with a bachelor degree because you're going to go to school and you think it's going to be great to be in school. I'm going to be a student, not university or college. I'm going to be a student. And I'm going to meet all these people, or I got all my friends. We're going to have a great time, this, that, and other thing. But you party so much, or you just really weren't very, very studious. You weren't really good at studying. And you end up failing out at least one subject. Started failing out because you didn't learn how to become a good student, an effective student. Becoming a better studier. That there is a process for that. There is a way to learn to become a better studier. Being more disciplined about how you spend your hours outside of the classroom, right? Instead of frat parties and whatever else going on, or watching TV or playing games on TV, right? So it is you're deciding to do things differently. That's where the divine is saying, okay, she or he is serious. She or he is serious. They're taking the ball and rolling with it. They're independently making sure that they're going to get on the same page with what's best for them. Being wiser about it. Aligning with their already fulfilled dream, wish. That's the education, the bachelor degree, then the master's, and the doctorate, whatever. But you're going to be talking to whoever it is, that you're not going to be just being an armchair astronaut sitting in a chair hoping, fantasizing about flying to the moon. You're actually going to start doing whatever it is you need to do in order to become an astronaut who might then be able to go to the moon, right? That's you. You're taking charge. You're talking to the right people. You're getting information. You're finding out. You're doing your research. You're taking the action because, and that's why I was saying, the divine is throwing this cup in. You do not have to be disappointed about how things went wrong on that path from before, we're going to help you now, because you're helping yourself. You're helping yourself. And you take action now because you're feeling like you're supported. You're finding clarity. You're finding clarity, and you're pulling the dang swords out of your back from your past experiences. You're feeling a whole lot more educated about how to fish, to become prosperous and abundant. The King of Pentacles. You are transforming your life because you're regenerating whatever this is for you, whatever this project or relationship is for you. You're making it happen. You're birthing it. You're working, you're putting the work in. You're mastering how to be somebody who does the groundwork, who makes sure that whatever you put your focus on, your time in, your energy into, your money into, that whoever you invest that into, or whatever you invest it into, is going to be something that is going to provide you with the abundance you're looking for, even if it's that relationship, right? The abundance of having that love with that person, because they're going to truly love you and treat you properly. You're going to be this Queen of Pentacles person. You are going to be financially sound. You're going to be sitting in the energy of abundance because you learned how not to be abundant. You learned how not to be. You learned how not be abundant. You learned how to be abundant. Okay? You're a mover, a shaker, and you're on your way. You're progressing. This is going slow. Okay? Remember, you're taking this thing slow. You are going to be, working with other people, celebrating with your friends possibly, working with other people, celebrating. I think celebrating in the sense that you got things sorted out now. You're a better studier, so you're moving towards now semester after semester. You're passing your classes, and now you're going to get your bachelor's degree. That's celebration. You put some money in, and it's you're with an investment company that has got a lot of clout and a lot of wins, whatever you want to. They got a great portfolio that you can trust. The BBB loves them and all this sort of stuff. Okay, the relationship. Your friends know of this person. Your friends know of this person, or you are. Your friends might say, they're celebrating that you just met somebody, okay? That you're sure you should spend your time with, that you're safe with, okay? You've got your boundaries up. You know because you've done your work. You get your boundaries up. You know what it is that you'll accept and won't accept now. After this, what you'll accept and what you won't accept. You're loving your life. Yeah, you can put your heart on your shoulder, or wear your heart on your sleeve now, like the Queen of Cups does, because you're so in tune with what feels right that you're not afraid. You're vulnerable. You're not afraid being vulnerable. You're feeling assured, but being vulnerable. It's only through vulnerability that you actually find true love. It's only through vulnerability that you actually find true love. Big cup of love on your path. Loving your life, loving that project, the outcomes, the journey of it, the process of it, loving it, or the relationship you want to be in. Loving it. The finances. You're loving life because you're able to throw your money around a bit now, right? You can buy a great big goblet of champagne and share it with others. Let it run over with your friends here. Yep, you could be partying with them, but they're going to see you as somebody who's truly settled into a good energy. Your friends are going to see you truly settled into a good energy, and they're going to be so happy for you. And they're going to be feeling like you just have so much more to give yet, because you're filling your own cup. You're filling your cup with assurity, confidence. That I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of what I need to take care of to make sure that this person's the right person for employment in my project. This is the right company for me to give them my money to invest. This is the right person for me to be in a relationship with. because I have been through so much and I've learned so much that I'm now moving forward. It was slow at start, but I turned everything around from this, being in this energy of feeling deceived and manipulated and taken for a ride, all that sort of stuff. I am no longer going to look that way. I'm going to be good. I'm going that way, and now look at me. I'm both ready to be someone's wife, because if it's a relationship, but I'm also ready to be abundant and prosperous. And even if that means having kids, could be. If you're going to get married to this person and you both want to have kids, you'll be abundant in children. You know, however abundant looks to you. Maybe 2 is abundant to you, but it could be 5. Who knows? But yeah, you are definitely you've moved into calmer waters with all the knowledge and the wisdom you've taken with you as a result of everything that you learned during this time of the journey, of the lessons learned of the journey, taking things slow, but you're definitely assured to cross the finish line. This is success. You are successfully moving forward in your journey, much wiser than you ever were before. You're an Empress, for Pete's sake. So yeah, pile 3, a win-win, I say. Awesome. Just make sure you vet your person. You know what that means, right? Vet. You vet your person, your company. You vet whatever it is that you want to put an investment into. Okay? And whether that's mentally, emotionally, or relationship, physical wise and money wise, right? Okay, take care. Bye for now.